The Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. And partner, the Bills coming off a 500 season at 8-8. The Ravens, a season they'd like to forget, 5-11 last year.
That's not Ravens football, and they want to get back to playing at the level that they're used to, which is playoff caliber. What their head coach John Harbaugh said last year was like a cannonball to the gut. Then you flip it over to Buffalo. They haven't been to the playoffs since 1999. 8-8 last year. They're ready to push for a playoff berth.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by one of the more mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor's always been a worker, always seeking an opportunity, and one finally came to him in Buffalo, and he seized it.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. A strong running. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup. And it'll be a Buffalo first down.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding time. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now.
Come on, let's go!
Now Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
First and goal from the 5. Now McCoy. Stick. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. LeSean McCoy taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Dan Carpenter now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
If anything, I think Joe Flacco's underrated. He's a guy who leads his team to a lot of wins during the regular season, elevates his play in the postseason, and has a Super Bowl ring, was a Super Bowl MVP. Yet many times he doesn't get mentioned with the top quarterbacks in the league.
They come out here in the eye.
Ready! Force!
First carry for Justin Forsett. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Hey, move 45! Move 45! Force! Under! 3!
Flacco here on 2nd down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Ready!
Time time running out here on the play clock. Flacco gives to Forsett. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1.
Set, ready, ready. Under. 3.
And the play clock's running down. This is Forsett, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Force. Set, ready.
Flacco from midfield. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Ready.
Play clock winding down. They'll give it to Forsett, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Smith, the man in motion left. Now Flacco. This will be caught inside the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So one quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Flacco. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Crockett Gilmore from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that was touchdown pass number 1 of the season for Joe Flacco, back out there looking good.
And I think that people may look at him in a different light now because Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl ring. People always wonder, is he an elite quarterback? How about the return from the ACL injury last year to be ready to go? Opening week, phenomenal rehab job by him and the training staff.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense. Still first down.
Shift together here from the D-line. After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They come out here in the eye, and they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
2nd down and just 1. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And they give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Bush, 30 yards. And the Bills are in for 6.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Flacco looks to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second down, Flacco now. Caught left side, Gilmore. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And that's complete to Gilmore. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And it's not the punting unit, it's the offense that will stay on the field and try to pick up the 1st down.
Hey! Blue 45! Blue 45! Under! Force!
They do snap it. Flacco now. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Officially a minute 54 to go in this 1st half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our 1st half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Fresh set of downs here.
Come on, let's go!
From the gun, it's Taylor. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Seven yards to go on 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Taylor. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 5 yards to go.
Let's go! Red 38!
Again, it's Taylor. Can't find anyone open. Still back there. And there's a flag on the field. This is caught. Watkins.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. And Carpenter knocks it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Carpenter now, after the made field goal, will kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Set! Ready! Ready!
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Ready! Move 45! Move 45!
Second down, Flacco now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here we go!
After the interception, here's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball this out, incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Left side here, caught by Clay. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. In the red zone this time.
Let's go.
Here's Taylor to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Watkins alone on the left side. Now Taylor to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now Taylor. Penalty marker is down here. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding. Offense.
Third and long, it's Taylor. Looking for someone to throw to. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 4th down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And Carpenter knocks it through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Carpenter now, after the made field goal, will kick this one away. Now Hester will get a shot. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Set. Move 45. Move 3.
The drive begins with a run by Forsett. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Ready. 3. Over.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Ravens are on the bad end of things at home, but will have 2 quarters to turn it around. The Bills have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the second half. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Bills on 1st and 5. McCoy is going to look for a gap. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Bills is up now by 7. 1st and 10. Flacco's going to complete the pass from the gun. And the play will come to an end after a gain of 30. Ravens now later on the drive. Flacco's on time with the slant, and this play goes for a score. Ravens tie it up at 7. Line up right at the 22-yard line. Goodwin's got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll end up picking up 23 yards on the play. Later on the drive, Bush is going to get loose thanks to great blocking. He gone as he sprints into the end zone. That takes the lead up to 7.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. On first down, Flacco. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first and 10, it's Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go. Grand 38.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jim Dre with his first touchdown as a Buffalo Bill. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Taylor going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. A chance for us to look now at the Bills' defense. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost, it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to get the running game going with Forsett. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
Let's go!
After the interception, here's Taylor. And a quick throw here that's complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.